Good morning, everybody. So the market's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty bloody to me. The QQQ was in this range, 390 to 399, for the most of the past few weeks. And just the past few days, it's been trading in between 390 and 399. But yesterday, it broke out of this range. So it looks like we're going to have another down day today. And we're easily going to pull back to this 382 level. 383 just about. Which used to be the old all-time high. It used to be a major resistance. So since it used to be such a major resistance level, it now needs to hold up as a major support. And if it doesn't, that's not good. So let's see. If you go back 2 years, if you look back here, this used to be an old all-time high at one point, or even like that. And if you look back, here is where it broke it, that old all-time high. And once it broke it, it headed down quite a bit. So yeah, old all-time highs are very important, or like these major levels where like 8 days it bounces off of it. That's a huge major level. But yeah, regardless, QQQ can easily come down to that 382.93 level. It could hit this 50 SMA. What I think might be the most likely outcome if we do, head down to this 383 level, is that we dip under the 50 SMA, maybe even to 378. And then we bounce up back and we close right over the 50. I think that's a pretty likely outcome. We could bounce at the 383 level, but I don't think that's very likely right now. I got to look at the VIX. Next up, we have the SPY. So this thing broke the 50. That's huge, and we had huge volume here. So that's a really, really, really bad sign for the future. Maybe not today, but like longer term, it's really not looking good. As you can see, we tanked here. Well, we tanked here. We recovered. We tanked again. And then the SPY tried to recover, and it tanked. So there's a lot of sellers, lots of volume here. And SPY definitely wants to hold that 50-day moving average. So yeah, that 452.94 level was huge, and we lost it. So the next major support level, I'd say that would be the next major support level down here. Because as you can see, right, when we get above this level, we go right to that level here, and then right back down there. Same thing here. So that's the next major support level right there. $441.49. So we could definitely drop down to there. Definitely possible. Could always bounce too. Over 454 is where I'd say we could bounce up to 456 or higher. But under the low of day, under that 449.5 level is where SPY can really just drop. And then QQQ, 383 is the magic level there for it. And then another thing we're going to look at is the VIX. The VIX is very high right now, a lot higher than normal. And as you can see, this is kind of a supply range where it really doesn't stay above that 27 level. It hasn't, since like this year, it's only, closed above this level like 5 times or so. So it's really rare for it to be this high. But, today I'm going to be watching for a run up in the VIX to 37. That would be a place to buy puts on the VIX. But I mean, UVXY is actually what you'd buy puts on because those move better than the VIX. But if we get to 37 on the VIX, it might be a good time to buy calls. Maybe 1 day till expiration calls. So that's something to watch for. And then, over that, we have the 41 level I definitely think it's possible that we get up here. But if we get through these levels, we could go back to 2020 type stuff where we go to 85 VIX. So definitely something to watch there. PCALL is something I use all the time. And usually when you get to like 0.9 to 1, that means that the top could be in. So we still have a long ways to go before the top's in. PCALL means like how well positioned is the market for downside, and when it's very well positioned, that means everybody's safe kind of, and the market's comfortable. But right now it's 0.68, and that means that people aren't well positioned for a large drop. So this is going to have to get higher before I think that things are okay. If you go back to, let's see, if you go back to 2020, during the big drop, we had days where it went to 1.04 here, and then it tanked back down. But then when it really was going crazy, we had days well over 1. But, yep.